I've been in this sneaker world for the past, let's say, 5 years or so. I started building up my collection, and as you can see behind me, I have a wall of trainers. So it's not a full wall, but it's a bit of a wall of trainers. I've built up over time. I don't know how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So on this wall at this moment is about 60 trainers. It's not over yet. You can see, you believe me, this is a small room, but full of. Take a look at that. So we still got boxes here. Yeah, it's crazy. You can see my room is being taken over. Everything's been dumped. It's only been dumped because there's no space anywhere else. Something that needs to be done. It's silly. It honestly is silly. But anyone who's a sneakerhead kind of gets it, I suppose. But this is excess. So what if I was to say that you only need 3 trainers? That's 3 trainers, no more than that, to get you through life. Not even to get you through a week, get you through life. 3 trainers. What would you say if I said that? And I'm not talking about shoes. We're not talking about shoes because, yes, you will need a pair of shoes. And I would say you probably need that over and above trainers. But I would say not Crocs either. Look, they might have their place, but for me, they're blasphemous. I can't do them. And sliders, forget about it. What would be the first sneaker to buy? Now, I would say you would need to get a daily sneaker. And a daily sneaker is probably the easiest sneaker you can buy because it's a sneaker that is going to try and cover everything. And you're not too bothered. The criteria that you would need to, or for this trainer to meet, would be comfort, durable, and able to do many things with. So I would say this is that trainer that you would go to the gym, that trainer that you would just go and pop outside to the shops, that trainer that would, anything. If you're working under a car, or if you're doing some housework, or if you're working outside, you can put these trainers on. One of the things that you will be looking out for is I don't give 2 Fs about this trainer. However, saying that, if you're smart, you can get a trainer that can work with very casual wear. And when I say casual, I mean very casual. You can't do anything else with it, but very, very casual. So the type of trainer that I'm talking about, and me personally, is Asics 740. Correction, I was meant to say New Balance 740, not the Asics. That could work because, again, that is of a price. So if you talk about the more budget, that's below the £100 mark, and that could work. But also, that actually kind of works with a casual fit as well. That's current right about now. Personally, I've got what is called the Nike Precisions 7s, and this might be an unusual pick for most people, but I think this is an ideal pick. And one of the reasons why I've picked this trainer, the Precisions, is on the basis that it's a basketball trainer, and because it's a basketball trainer, it's very snug fit. It fits and surrounds and secures your foot in place. The rubber, you usually get a herringbone type print at the bottom, which is cool, and that gives you that grip. And therefore, when you're working at the gym, it can cover lots of things, and you won't feel uncomfortable. You won't feel that you got the wrong shoe. So skipping, dynamic movements, squats even. And I've done and used this trainer doing squats, and I've had no problem with it. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go with that particular trainer, but a basketball trainer of a decent amount, I think you got the Nike Hustles, that could work. If you a bit more of a budget and you want something a bit more focused, then you can look at the cross trainers, Nike Metcon 9s, that could work, and there's other cross trainers. But the idea is you don't give 2 Fs about this trainer and you'll be able to wear it. What also I would say is try and keep it dark, because this trainer is going to get filthy because you're using it for everything. The next sneaker definitely is going to be a clean simple sneaker. This sneaker will fit the smart casual look, will give you that smart casual look where you can use it for work, you can use it for going out, you can use it for that is slightly elevated. It's not going to be the daily. So the daily it won't look like that. You can get them in two colorways. You can either get in white, the all white, which is a clean look, or you can get them all black or black with white sole. But the main color would be black or white. And I think this could work. You could be looking at the Lacoste Power Courts. I think that's a clean sneaker. Or you could be looking at that simple Adidas Stan Smiths. Now, you may say that's simple, but you'll see all the designers have a version of this style of trainer. So if I'm looking at budgets here, looking at more of the lower budget Adidas Stan Smith, definitely. So that's below the £100 mark. You don't have to keep to that. There's other type of simple sneakers you can look at. Got one here. This is the Continental AT Volk, which I really like. It's a canvas sneaker, so it is particularly hard to clean. So that's one of the problems with having canvas. I would recommend for longevity is a leather trainer, either white or black. If you want black will stay cleaner or look cleaner for longer. White, you have to do a bit more work in order to keep it clean. You can look at the Axel Arigatos. So they have something which is similar, which looks similar to the Stan Smith. You can look at the Cleans, again, which has certain trainers which are white. You can look at the Common Projects, Achilles. You can look at them. They're more on the higher price. But again, they will look really good as smart casual. And when I talking about smart casual, I'm talking about corduroys, straight jeans, chinos, even trousers, potential. You can wear suits even with them. With these style of trainers, whether it's black or white, the key thing is keep it simple. Make sure that the trainer is clean, and that's how you get away with this. Now, the last, third and final sneaker. So we talked about the dailies. We talked about a clean, smart casual trainer. And then the third, that will complete the trio. That would be the statement trainer. And the statement trainer, you can have a lot of fun with that trainer, because this is a trainer that is meant to draw eyes to. That kind of makes whatever your outfit you're wearing, it makes it. It pops, it adds to it, it adds value. Okay? So this can be a lot of things. It don't have to be the hype trainers. It don't have to be the Jordan Retros. It doesn't have to be the designer, the Versace's, the Gucci's, the Christian Dior's. It don't have to be that. Something as simple as, I don't know, take a look at these. TN Plus. So the Nike TN Plus. Now, you can get everyday TNs, even though they are pretty expensive. Some of them are going towards the 200 mark. But this trainer is probably for me, is about 5, 6, 7 years old. Still love them. Statement trainer. Look at it. This is not, you're going to see this every day. You won't see this every day, but this is that statement trainer. And this is also, I would class as a statement sneaker. And the reason why I class it as a statement sneaker is, again, this is not an everyday sneaker. This is something that when you wear it, it will pop. The colors, it's just in your face. And that could be classed as a statement, but this is not as expensive as if I was to bring out the Jordan 4s, which is about, around the 200 mark. And they're reaching now, so, I've got quite a few Jordan 4s, including the Grail, with the breads. So including this, however you want to play it, you can play it either way, but you don't have to spend as much, but it's all about being smart. And with the statement trainer, I think that's an important trainer, because when you're going out and you want that smart casual, but you don't want to wear the clean look, you want to be a bit edgy, then you can put the Jordans, put the Wild Rider layers, you can do something similar to that, but it's a statement trainer. So there's your 3. Now let me know if it makes sense. 1, 2, if any of this is what you were thinking. Remember, it don't have to be the particular trainers that I've shown you, but the fact that you have a daily, the fact that you have a smart casual clean, white or black, it don't necessarily have to just be white, but You know, a lot of people like the white because it's a very clean look, but it's going to be hard to maintain. And then you got your statement trainer, which is the one that you can have fun, real fun with, which is something that you would spend that money on. Okay. However, you don't need more than that. That's it. That's all you need. And that could last you a while. Once gets done, then essentially you just replace it. But you don't need to continually buy and buy. And I fall into that trap. And one of the reasons why I fall into that trap is probably my childhood trauma. Well, it started when I was... We're not going to go there at all. So let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. I've probably shown you some prices of some trainers, shown you some fits on how they could look. Yeah, this is a conversation. Let me know if this works for you, free trainers, or if you think you need more. If you need more, how much more? I like that. I'm gone.